Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Are you feeling charitable? Then smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. And welcome to Sunday's edition of the DC Daily. Happy anniversary, Man of Steel. Happy anniversary, Zack Snyder. Happy anniversary, Henry Cavill, Amy Adams, the fabulous Michael Shannon, Russell Crowe. Oh, brilliant. Christopher Maloney, you are absolutely fantastic in Man of Steel. 7 years ago, I watched Man of Steel in the cinema at least 3 or 4 times, and I loved it. From the trailers, I was just shocked how good this film looked. This film is the ultimate Superman movie. This is a Superman movie with all the bells and whistles. It looks like how a Superman movie should look. The imagery from Snyder is absolutely stunning, but the commentary, we actually have the Kryptonians with a world engine changing the atmosphere of Earth to make it like Krypton. This is commentary from David Goyer. This is what the governments of the world want to do on other planets in the solar system and beyond our solar system, so a selected few of us can go and live on other planets before this world is destroyed. We are destroying it whether you want to deny it or not. That is the commentary, right? And Man of Steel is a first contact story which has consequences in Batman vs. Superman. Batman vs. Superman is the reaction, is the nihilism, is the paranoia to that first contact story. And then Zack Snyder's Justice League will be this second contact story. And all these things have happened because Superman has arrived on the planet Earth. So this arc is all about Superman. Yes, Batman versus Superman is the continuation of Superman's arc. It's an absolutely brilliant film. And today there's a charity watch-along. Now, how this is working, I don't know. I don't know if anyone can join in. I've been watching Man of Steel all week. I'm obsessed with this movie. I really need to binge the rest of the DCEU afterwards. I can't keep on watching Man of Steel. As awesome as it is, it's a very addictive movie. And it's just peeling the onion layer. It's just a fabulous, intelligent film. And if we never see a Superman movie again, which would be outrageous, Man of Steel is the ultimate Superman movie. Now, it's a polarizing Superman movie. Now, I don't really care about the people who don't like it, and I'm not here to persuade the people who don't like it to like it. For me, this sequence as well at the end, we always, at the gravestone, at Jonathan's gravestone, we always believed that you would be a hero, whatever Martha says to him in the end. And Clark says, if only he was here to see it. And Martha replies, he was here. He saw it. He saw it. And then you see Clark, young Clark, in his cape, running around, and Jonathan seeing it and kind of stunned and proud to see his son. Maybe one day his son could be a hero. Secretly, that's what Jonathan wanted for him. Now, what's very rare with Man of Steel is that you actually get Martha and Jonathan both being inspirational figures. In Smallville, it's mostly Jonathan giving all the advice. In the same with Superman the movie, it's mostly Jonathan inspiring Clark in his younger days, and Martha just being that, I suppose, domesticated mother figure, which is a little bit disappointing, but it is a kind of a victim of its time. But I love Superman the movie, don't get me wrong. But in Man of Steel, it's both Jonathan and then afterwards Martha, after Jonathan dies, are these inspirational figures to Clark. And they both have this fabulous relationship. And I think Henry spoke about that parental kind of dynamic he had with Costner and Diane Lane. And it echoes in Batman versus Superman. Again, it's absolutely fantastic. So with it being the anniversary of Man of Steel, I wanted us to work together today to create a new Superman movie. And this is my new idea. I have kind of talked about another idea I had. That was a long time ago. This is a brand new idea. I think we need to integrate Black Lives Matter into this idea. Now, if you remember rightly, about a couple of years ago, there were rumours from the Hollywood Reporter that Michael B. Jordan would replace Henry Cavill as Superman. Now, we don't know if he was going to be the Elseworld Superman of colour or if he was actually going to play Kal-El. That's a deep subject we can debate at another time. But today, we want to be inclusive. After the horrific scenes in London with pure hatred, we want Superman to shadow love, and representation, but in a good way. There's good representation in film and there's toxic representation in films. So we want to create something special here. So how can we do that? Well, my idea is for Henry Cavill's Superman somehow to be kind of, trapped in an Elseworld Earth, another Earth, where there is a black Superman, the black Superman from the comics played by Michael B. Jordan. Now, what we could do in this is that this is a Brainiac story, and we could involve the Codex in this. So Brainiac has invaded this Earth, but maybe the Superman on this other Earth hasn't found the courage yet to come out as Superman. Maybe this is a dystopian Earth. Maybe this is a racial Earth that isn't really embracing to people of colour. So Henry Cavill's Superman is trapped on this Earth. Brainiac harvests the Codex out of Kal-El, and he uses these Kryptonians to actually be his soldiers, to do his bidding. So our Superman, our white Superman, inspires the black Superman to be brave and rise up. And these two, this black and this white Superman, stand together to fight Brainiac, to fight intolerance, to fight hatred. Because that's what, Schuster and Siegel came up with for Superman at first. He was a symbol to fight intolerance. He was beating up mine owners, treating their employers badly. He was beating up men who were beating up their wives. This is what he was, until he became a hero of the establishment, the big blue Boy Scout, as we know him as today. And I think we could go back to that. But having this white Superman, aka Kal-El, and this black Superman standing together on this dystopian Earth, fighting Brainiac together, I think this would be a brilliant movie. And bringing in the Codex to this, because the Codex wasn't even referenced in Batman vs. Superman, which really shocks me. Now, that could be because it's David Goyer's idea and Zack was really a lot more in charge within the story of BVS than Goyer was, because Goyer and Nolan were really in charge of Man of Steel. I like the Codex idea, and having the Codex harvested from Kal, like Zod wanted to do in Man of Steel, and using these Kryptonians as kind of, if you want, Brainiac stormtroopers. But in the end, when it was solved and the two Supermen have saved this dystopian world, then the spell on these Kryptonians is lifted. And basically, the black Superman has always wanted to leave this world and go to a better world of love and acceptance. But Kal turns to him and says, you can teach them to be better. You can embody hope. He echoes exactly what Jor-El says to him before he takes his first flight in Man of Steel. So he remains in this dystopian world, and Kal goes back to his. And there's a lot of potential here. We can have a different Lois Lane, again played by Amy Adams. She could be maybe more of a soldier, maybe a bit more aggressive. Maybe she could be played by another actor. I don't know, but it would give Amy Adams something bigger to do, and we would want her involved. I think in these racial tensional times, we could do something special, because the subject from the media is that Warner Brothers still see a Superman movie something that is not the right time to do. Now, I don't believe for a second that AT&T are thinking that way, because I think AT&T is smarter than the other people who are running Warner Brothers, and they know a Superman film is a must. You studios keep on talking about Black Lives Matter and representation and being fair and stamping out intolerance and hatred and cruelty. A Superman movie with a black and a white Superman standing together is the way to go. Because if you believe it's not the right time for a Superman movie, then you do not deserve the right to own the name of Superman. And one final thing before I finish off this video today, there's rumours that WB Games is going to be sold off by AT&T. Don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. They're looking at it. They need to redevelop the company. It needs to have more content. But there's no way on this earth that's being sold off. That is absolute BS, right? And the only reason this rumour started is because the PS5, in its announcement, didn't announce a Batman game. Now, I want to know what you think in the comments down below. Please like, share and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at MoviesTVMad. And please let me know what you think of my Superman movie idea. It's the right time, everyone. Superman is important. Superman is a figure of purity. This film can have a little bit more levity in it as well. It can be serious. It will be more serious than funny. We could give everyone what they want here. This film could be lauded by the critics, not that they're important. This film, with having this black and this white Superman stand together and unite and, heal this dystopian, racist, hateful world, could be a beautiful thing. But of course, I need to know what you think. So please do comment down below. And I'll be back tomorrow with even more DC Daily. See you again soon.